and get her. Loud, just to be loud. I'll be so tired of that. Hey, Kilo. This pimp shit, 2 months. Why you took a 2-month leave, Frank? I'm about to tell y'all, I was still cooking breakfast when I got on here and watched the glow. I got too much going on, girlfriend. And we about to start studying in 2.1 seconds. Y'all done rinsed these clothes like 3 times. I'm not even joking. I gotta get my kids in order. Okay, y'all. I got a lot going on, y'all. I always got a lot going on. What Bree said? Don't start. Get you up out there. Okay, guys. I'm sitting down at my little chair that I use to study. I'll be studying over here in the corner because I don't have a television in my living room, so it's no distractions unless I have my other phone. Y'all, hello to all. Hi, everybody. So, I took a 2-month leave, which starts Tuesday. We have, girl, not in the mood, but we have a holiday on Monday, so we're already closed on Monday, and I have I have to have a staffing with my supervisor and the other supervisors Tuesday before I leave to give them all my work assignments that is still open, whatever. So yesterday I was writing all the little summaries for, well, I was trying to, I didn't finish. So Tuesday when I come back, I definitely have to get the rest of them out because I have to staff it with the supervisors so they know, like, well, they already know who they want to give them to because they sent out the list to, like, hey, these are going to be going to you guys. Like, be on the lookout for staffing suggestion, like send over your availability for Tuesday for my supervisor to get with them, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I'm going on a medical leave. So I put in my doctor has to still do the FMLA paperwork, but they still haven't done it, which is the crazy part, and I don't care that they haven't done it. I'm not showing up on Wednesday because I've already, I submitted my portion, then she sent in her letter, and then now they want her to do the FMLA paperwork, which is stupid because they asked her to send in the letter. Now they want her to do additional paperwork, which my doctor, she don't have no problem. She's the reason why I'm taking the medical leave. She suggested it, and I'm like, you're the professional. You know, I don't really argue with my people. So, yeah, let's not do that today. When you're looking for work, you got any yeah, no, I was unemployed for 4 months before I even found the job I'm currently at right now. But so basically, like, last time we talked, y'all, it was Kiki and cackling about the dude. So the time before, I think it was the time before that, we were talking, my 2 Live crew, what to do. And I was telling y'all, like, you know, if you watch my video, like, this was been going on, da 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 da. They are so weird. But if you watch my life update, then nothing I'm telling you is gonna be new information. But y'all, I've been struggling very like I've been struggling like really, really bad with my mental health, and not like jump off a bridge, but it's like to the point where my house is out of order, my brain is out of order. I'm just not in order. Like, and for some people, they I'm gonna just say this. As a Christian myself, who has a pastor who is big into prayer and casting your worries on the Lord, he's also a realist that understands that the Lord wouldn't put people here, the medical profession, the mental profession, without knowing that sometimes you need the Lord, but you also need to utilize resources that are here. I have a pastor that's realistic. Prayer can only do so much, because they say prayer without action is dead. So for me, I pray and I pray, and I have scriptures on my wall, and I have, my Bible's always by my bedside. I read it, and I go to it for motivation. I go to it when I'm down and I'm low and I'm out. But for me to pretend as though I'm not going through a mental crisis is ignorant of me. It's like some people, yeah, like they'll fight and fight and fight through it, but I fought through it all 2024. I suffered in silence. I prayed, I cried, I tried, I cast my worries onto the Lord, and but it's only so much of that without you actually putting forth the effort professionally, where it's gonna be some change. And for me, it's like I've been hiding it. I've been trying to pretend like it don't exist. I've been, keeping it to myself. I've done all the things that you would think that would move the anxiety, that would remove the depression, that would put me back in a happy space. And it's like, if you are fighting mental demons, nothing you do will ever put you on path to be stable. You just waiting for the inevitable to happen. And the inevitable has happened. Like, I am crashing out. I'm at such a low capacity that everything I do is so discombobulated. Like, when I say my house has been a wreck for the last, I say this whole month. Since I came back from Panama, like, my house has been, and I'm looking around like, girl, it's still looking a mess right now, and you've been trying to clean it up. Like I have not been making my bed. Came home, I was sick. I've been sleeping in the same sick sheets. My bathroom looked like whatever the fuck. Hey, all type of stuff. Like, even this living room, I cleaned it up last night because school started back last Wednesday, and I'm like, I at least need to have this area some type of, whatever the fuck. So I'm just like, dishes be piling up over and over and over again. My house nasty. I can't think straight. I'm getting up. I'm late. I'm going to sleep. Don't even know I done went to sleep. Can't sleep through the night. A lot of things. I'm at work. I can't think. I'm talking slower. I can't process information faster. And I don't know what you just sent me, boo-boo. I got to look at it when I get offline. Hold on. Nemo just texted me. I don't know what it is. 8 days. Oh, Lord. But, and it's like, and I always say, I feel like your house is a reflection of how you're feeling and how you're doing mentally. And for me, for the most part, I keep a very tidy ship. Like, my house, for me to be living alone, it looks like I live alone because everything is always in order. So it's like, for a person who's very anal about cleanliness and for everything to just be in disarray, if someone was to come into my house, they know, like, what you got going on? What you extra busy? Like, you just ain't been home. Like, they didn't like you. You got random sheets in the living room. You got your gym bag at the front door of tissue, rolls of tissue at the front door. You got all type of shit. I got 65,000 receipts just piled up on the mantle. Just there. Don't make no sense. all the receipts from just forever ago. Just literally. Oops, sorry, Keela. That was such an accident. Just pile up. And I accidentally kicked Keela out, girl. I'm so sorry. That was an accident. I want to call like that about the excursions. I don't have no excursions planned. Bookie butt. I don't have no I don't shoot. Baby, I don't have nothing planned. I'm sorry, Keila, I kicked you out by accident. I was trying to kick out this man. I'm so sorry. But my moderators, I need y'all to, cause they activating me. I'm trying not to see them, but they be at the bottom of the screen. So for me, it's like I was fighting and 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 fighting it, and it just was like all I was doing was pushing away something I knew for a fact I wasn't dealing with. And me being in therapy, of course, as a part of my program, as a part of my mental health counseling, that's a requirement while I'm in my master's program, which is to be a part of individual counseling. And a lot has came up while I've been in therapy that I never expected to, like issues that, for instance, let me just kind of dive into it because like I told you guys, I'm going to make a video discussing this in detail because I feel like mental health is such a taboo topic and people like to pretend like, oh, you pray it away, you go to God, you cast all your worries to God. But God says also, and I put this on my 2025 vision board, Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. So he understands that everybody's not gonna have a full heart. Everybody's not gonna have a uplifted spirit. The Lord understands. If we believe in the Bible as truth in word, and that he's experienced a human experience, you have to also understand that that's what you believe, that the Lord knows anxiety is real. The Lord knows that depression is real. The Lord knows that mental health is a true battle. It's spiritual warfare, but it's a mental warfare, and he understands that everybody's not strong enough to go through it by themselves, and everybody doesn't have the capacity to just cast it onto them and then be done with it. Some people need medication management. Some people need therapy. He wouldn't have made the professions. He wouldn't have created the people that were skilled to provide these things later in life, down the road, years and decades and eons later. He wouldn't have created these people who gave us mental health counselors, social workers. This wouldn't have been a thing if prayer just removes all. So for me, it's like, I'm glad I don't have a pastor who preaches just cast your worries onto the Lord and it will all be done away. He understands that you cast those worries, but you also work in the human form on the back end, because we go through trauma. We go through things that break us spiritually, that break us emotionally, mentally. And as I'm uncovering things such as a fucked up relationship with my mother, I didn't even realize, like, I knew I had some type of turbulence when it came to dealing with my mom. And I know, like, she irritates me faster than anybody I know. But I just never really processed it because I've always felt like all my trauma came from my father. I've always blamed my father for so much of my trauma, my abandonment, my anxious attachment style. I've always blamed everything on him because I felt like I had an inconsistent father who was in, he was out, he was in, he was out. And then the fact of the matter, like, I haven't spoken to my dad since 2019. So it's like, for me, I'm thinking, it's all his fault, because now I have issues with connecting with men, because I always feel like, if you hot, you cold, you gonna be just like my dad. I gotta get rid of you. Like, I can't be with a man that will talk to me on Monday and won't speak to me on Tuesday, but come back on Wednesday, because my anxious attachment style is like, that little child waiting by the door for the dad. I always felt like I can't get close to men because they're going to do me just like my daddy did me. He was there, he was consistent, and boom, one day he was gone. So now I keep myself at a distance. I call boundaries something that are really just safeguards to protect me from ever being vulnerable with people. I put up boundaries when really they're not boundaries. They're actually just ways for me to say, I really don't want nobody next to me. I say I want somebody next to me, I'm going to call it a boundary, but really it's a fortress. And I felt like it was all because of my father, but when I started going to therapy and we start digging into some things, it's really my mother. It's really my mother. It's really my mother. The person who raised me consistently. The person who was there all the time. My mother is the trauma. And for a person, you have to, and y'all don't understand, I'm learning this. It's not I knew this and I've already dealt with it. No, I'm learning this. And I'm just like in shock. And it's so much to process because I was hiding the fact I was going through stuff medically. I'm hiding from my friends. I'm hiding from my family. Though my only support is my mom. I'm hiding from my coworkers at work, my supervisors at work. No one knows that I'm going through all this medical stuff behind the scenes. I'm, leaning into her, and yet I still feel like she's really not always 100% in my corner. I always feel like there's always something that doesn't make me feel like I could trust my mom. I can lean into my mom no matter what. Yes, she always says I'm your number one fan, but it's always been something where it's like something not really right with you. And to be honest, like y'all know, me and my sisters are not the closest, and it took for me being in therapy to realize it's my mother. The reason I don't have a great relationship with my siblings is because my mother. I have a mom who puts me up here and then puts my siblings down here, and then she uses me when I'm not around to talk shit to them by using me as the example of what they should be or what they could have been or how they should be living their life. Or, oh, she do this and that and this, that, and third. And then I get the hidden animosity from them because conversations that I was not present for are happening. So she pins us against one another. She holds me up to a pedestal I cannot realistically stand on. She treats me like her boyfriend. She has high expectations of me, of someone that should be her husband. I've watched my mother go through so much trauma, and she's exposed us to so much trauma, things she was supposed to protect us from, things that we were supposed to be shielded from. But because my mom would say, oh, well, I made sure y'all graduated high school. None of y'all strung out on drugs. None of y'all didn't have no children before y'all was 18. I did the best I could do, which is correct. She might be absolutely right. She did the best she could do. I don't know if my mom is a narcissist. I feel like, and this is the conclusion that I've come to, I have a low functioning mother who has not healed from her trauma. I have a teenager mom who's an unhealed, codependent mother. Because my mom had her first child, got pregnant at 15, had her first child at 16 by a man that was 10 plus years older than her because she thought he loved her. Come to find out he had a girlfriend of years prior he was already having a family with. She was a side chick to a man because he had money and she thought he loved her. At 15, he abandoned her and left her to raise this child on her own, aka my oldest sister. Went out, found another man who sold drugs, was a big time dope dealer, who was shattering and sharing all this money with her because she was a hot young 18-year-old with one baby on her hip. And it was the 90s, and she was a bad light-skinned mama jam with hips, ass, and titties that was sitting. He came shower her with money, aka my father, impregnated her, turned out to be a crazy motherfucker, tried to her, they broke up, she had to run from his crazy ass, and then went on to have another child 18 months later, and the father of that child then took the child from her. At 18, she's going through all of this. She's gone through all of these things at 18 years old, while having a mother who was a raging alcoholic, who was dealing with men who was beating her black and blue. My mother grew up with a mother who she watched get her ass beat constantly, who was being evicted constantly, moving, packing up place to place to place to place to place to place, constantly, who wouldn't put the beer down. So all this at now 18 with 3 kids, one of which is not even in her custody because the daddy said he want his fucking child. She sends the child off with the daddy, so now she's raising 2 kids on her own. Hold on real quick. Yeah. So it's like she has all this trauma, and then she's raising 2 children on her own, meets another man who's years younger than her. My stepdad that raised us until I was almost 14 years old was 26 when she was 32. I think so. And raised us. And in that relationship, I watched a man sell drugs out of our house, having guns in the home. I watched us be robbed, gunpoint. I watched him sell and use drugs. I watched my aunts use drugs. I watched one of my aunts go to prison for using hard drugs and distributing hard drugs. Gone for 10 plus years. I've had, I tell y'all the time, y'all go back to my story. I look how I look now because I don't carry my past on me. I don't present like a hood bitch who done been through the trenches and the roughness and the roaches and the rats and the bullet shots and all that. But bitch, I tell y'all the time, I lived in a house with gunshots in the motherfucking windows, walls, and everywhere else. My own brother, my mama house. And we stayed there, even after the fact, with the holes still in the wall. Like, I seen a lot of shit children ain't supposed to see. I was put in the position as a middle child of a parent when my stepdad up and decided to leave the time we got robbed gunpoint. The day after we got robbed, he up and left us. And my mama was struggling and put me in a position of her boyfriend. Made me responsible for my 2 other siblings as if, oh, because by the way, the little one ended up moving back in when she was 12. Yeah. And and she made me do shit I should have never been doing as a child. Had me keeping up with her bills. Had me making sure she was paying her rent. Had me hiding money from the niggas she was sleeping with. Watching my mama get knocked upside the motherfucking head just like she said my grandma used to do. Fighting these niggas. Drinking. Keeping us up. School nights. All type of hours in the morning. Coming home late at night from the club. Drunk as fuck. Starting shit with us. I've seen it all, y'all. I've seen so much shit. I've had my own mama tell me she wished she never even fucking had me. And when I say when you suppress all that because the relationship, you know, when you get grown, gets good, and you like, damn, I have a copacetic relationship with my mom, like, you know, that's like my best friend. You suppress the goddamn trauma, and then you go to counseling, and then your therapist is like, let's talk about your mom. Let's talk about the relationship with your mom, and then you finally start to see for yourself. It's not my daddy. It's my mother. My mother fucked me up. Yeah. He did his part. I'll never say he didn't do his part. I very much do have an anxious attachment style because of my father. A severe anxious attachment style because of my father. But the trauma and the walls I have up to this day, I have discovered are from my mother. And it makes it so hard for me to even have a relationship with her at all now. Because she takes zero accountability. And it's like when your eyes are open, you want to go open the other person's eyes. But something that my therapist has taught me, the mother you have is not the mother you need, and you have to accept her right where she's at. You cannot harbor on the expectation that she could be a better mother. She's not the mother you need. You can't force her to be the mother you need. You have to accept her right where she's at, whether you understand or not why she does the things she does and why she won't take accountability for the trauma she may have caused you. You have to be okay with who she currently is, because if you continue to harbor this hurt and anger because she won't be better as a human, be better as a mother, then you're only hurting yourself, because you want something from a person that they don't want from themselves. And I said, well, you know what? You be spitting. Hey, you be spitting. My therapist has opened my eyes so much, but it's still so much to process. And it's like, I'm still hurt though. I'm still damaged though. I'm still processing this though. Like, it's like I can't even be around her, because now I'm disgusted when I see her. I mean, true disgust. I'm disgusted when I see her. Like, I can't fathom how I really went through all this, and she has no remorse, and all she has to say for herself is, I did the best I can. And it's like, I haven't got past the part of being disgusted. I haven't got past the part of, wow, you are the reason I am how I am today, and now I have to do all this work to undo the damage, and you have nothing to say for it. You have no pity. You have no empathy. It's just, it is what the fuck it is. No apology. And it sucks. As the child, you want the apology. You want the acknowledgement that, you know what, you right, Shay. I did fuck you up. I did expose you to a lot. I did uphold you to an adult parentified status at a young age. I did treat you like you were my husband, my boyfriend, my baby daddy at 14, at 15. I did have you doing shit you had no business being responsible for. Like, that's all I want, but I'm never gonna get it. I can't even get a fucking I'm sorry for small shit. I can't even get her to stop fucking telling my siblings they should be like me. So what the fuck I look like getting a fucking accountability apology for all the trauma she took us through for all these years? It's a tough pill to swallow, and the shit big as fuck. And it's just like, that's something that just has been, ever since she's opened my eyes, the shit been lingering so heavy in my mind. It's like, I don't even go see my mama no more. The first time I seen my mama was the 12th. Like, we was 12 days into New Year's. And she was like, oh, we're back on good terms. I said, we're not on nothing. Like, I straight up told her, like, we're not on nothing. We're not on good or bad terms. We're just here. And it's like, she was like distraught. And I was like, for what? Like, I'm being dead ass. We're not nothing. Like, we cool. I don't have no smoke in the city with you no more, but we're not on no good terms. If he was on good terms, it wouldn't have took me to the 12th to come over here and see you. Like, and people always be like, oh, why you treat your mama like that? Why you talk to your mama like that? Man, shut the fuck up. I don't curse my mama. I don't hit my mama. I don't disrespect my mama, but I'm done pandering to my mother. I'm done letting her think we're copacetic when we're not. I'm done letting her think, oh, because I came back over to her house, that means that, oh, now we back besties. I'm done with that. It's never going to be what it was no more. Because in order for me to accept you right where you at in the way that you live your life, I have to love you from a distance. I've learned that, and I'm learning that I can't be around my mother because I don't agree with her lifestyle. I don't agree with the bullshit that comes out of her mouth. I don't agree with how she treats my siblings. I don't agree with how she compares me to my siblings constantly. I don't like how she antagonizes them by using my success against their current status in life. I don't like how she's codependent on me. I don't like how at 20, almost 7 years old, she still treats me like I'm her boyfriend and I'm responsible for her wrongdoings and her failures in life. I don't like how she thinks she can guilt trip me into doing everything for her. I don't like how she thinks that I'm her ATM and she can borrow money from me whenever she's down low and without, instead of pulling some extra hours at work, instead of leaning onto the man she's sleeping with, instead of finding a way out of no way. I don't like the fact that she just knows she can depend on me. I don't like none of it. I don't like it at all. I don't like the fact that when I bought my new car, she guilt tripped me into giving her my old car. I don't like a lot of shit she does. I don't like how she treated me on her birthday trip. I don't like how she doesn't appreciate me, yet she says she's appreciating me. I don't like how she says she's my #1 fan, but behind closed doors, she's telling people that she don't agree with the shit that I do. I don't like when I come over and I have an outfit she don't like. She thinks it's cute and cool to pull my clothes down and tell me, why are you wearing this? And I just can't understand why you wear that type of stuff to the gym. I don't like when she's condescending towards me. I don't like that she still views me as a fucking 12-year-old child who can't wear what the fuck she want to wear, who's paying her own bills, who's been out of her house since 18 years old. Yet she has her hand out when she needs a bill paid, when she needs her car fixed, when she needs a little help for the light bill. I don't like how she thinks I'm by the motherfucking building and I can fix everything in her life, and she could just come over here and shop in my house and go back to her house and still not have her motherfucking affairs in order, and then call me when she down and out and needs something. I don't like that shit. And I'm putting the motherfucking stop to the shit by putting my motherfucking boundary up by saying, you know what, you're not going to see me as often. And when you see me, don't expect from me. I'm here as a daughter. Hello, nice to see you. Give you a hug. How's the family? How are you guys doing? Keep it cute, keep it short, and keep it to the point. And get the fuck out of there. I'm not doing shit. Don't ask me for shit. I don't got no money for shit. I don't got a favor for shit. And I'm not looking for shit. I'm not going to ask you for shit, and don't ask me for shit. And that's the relationship that I have to maintain with her. Because if I keep letting her do what she's been doing for the last 27 years of my motherfucking life, I'm going to keep feeling exactly how I feel right now today, which is drained. I feel very drained. And it's like, that's a part of it. Like, me having to process that, still work, still be in school, still be a functioning person, that's hard. And then you go through other shit and you realize other traumas. And then you understand, damn, my life is fucked up. I thought I had it going on. I fucked up in the head. I'm fucked up in the head, y'all. I knew I was crazy, but I'm actually broken. And I feel like with therapy, you really have to become broken in order for you to truly be healed. I thought I was healed years ago. I thought I was healed when I let Scorpio go and I started to understand the processes of why I was allowing this man to come back and use his money to leverage me to come back over and over and over and over again, and how I was just devaluing myself by just being in such a toxic situation. And I thought, I took my time. I healed from that. I understand myself now. I understand my self-worth now. I understand I never let another man treat me like that. And, oh, baby, I'm healed, girl. I ain't even eating my breakfast because this tea so motherfucking hot. I told myself, girl, you did your big one. You healed, girl. You done broke down your psyche to understand why you even went through that. Girl, I wasn't healed not one motherfucking bit. I'm telling you, I wasn't healed one bit. This lady I've been working with, y'all, since August. It's hard. Like sometimes I don't even want to meet with her because it's like I know she's finna open my eyes to something else. I just be talking, and she don't interrupt me unless I go to spiraling. But she has made me realize you were never healed. You were suppressing. You were never healed. Hey, Ariana. You were never healed. You were suppressing. You were building up blocks to protect yourself from being vulnerable with people again. You were trying to hide your trauma by disconnecting from human interaction. You were never healed, Bookie. You were just trying not to be like your mother. You were never healed. You just didn't have a therapist. You were never healed. You just never held the mirror up to yourself to realize this thing caused this thing, and now this is how you present this thing. Because this person treated you like this, you decided, okay, this time I'm not going to have loose boundaries. I'm going to have rigid boundaries. But rigid boundaries aren't actually boundaries. They're blockage. So now when this person comes, you can't make a genuine connection with them because as soon as they do one egregious thing in your mind, the barricades were already up. You just told them, make a U-turn, baby. You can't come this way. So to you now, you have healthy boundaries because, oh, you seen a red flag and you turned around. The whole time it was never a red flag. It was something that you had decided in your mind that you knew when you seen it, that person was trying to get into your world and you wasn't going to allow it. So now we call those boundaries. Those are not boundaries. There's soft boundaries, there's healthy boundaries, and there's rigid boundaries. And I discovered I have rigid boundaries, which in actuality never are boundaries. They're blockage. This is how I thought I was healing because I was so loosey-goosey in the past. I had very loose boundaries. I let people walk all over me. I let family walk all over me. I let friends walk all over me. I let romantic partners walk all over me. I let people use and abuse me, and I realized I was being used and abused. So instead of moving to healthy boundaries where I communicated, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, or hey, moving forward, I won't be doing this, I decided to skip past healthy and go straight to rigid, where the answer was always no before it was ever a compromising boundary being delivered. And another thing she taught me, a boundary is only a boundary when it is a conversation and the other person is aware it's a boundary. You can't say, I don't like when people come over to my house without telling me in advance. But you never tell people, I don't like when people come over to my house. So when somebody does it, but you haven't communicated it. So when they do it, you feel so disrespected. It's such an egregious act to you because in your mind, you've made up it's a boundary, but you've never communicated to them. So now to you, they're disrespecting my boundaries. I can't keep them in my life, or I have to limit my interactions with this person because how dare they just show up to my house? But when you take the shoe off, and you put it at the front door and you step outside and you look into your own house, you see, well, you've never communicated that to them. So how are you upset with them about something they didn't know about? And that's what I was doing to people. That's what I was doing. I was creating boundaries in my head and I knew they was a boundary, but I never communicated they were boundaries for me. So then I was just cutting people off left and right because I felt like I was being disrespected over and over and over again. People was trying me over and over and over again. Whole time they never even knew I felt strongly about these different things. And it's just so much. I'm telling y'all, I'm going through a phase of life that I really want to regress so bad. I want to regress so bad because it's so hard. And it's like it's taking a mental toll on me to go through this process because I am rebuilding the way I do absolutely everything. And I do mean everything. And I'm broken. And I didn't want to accept that I was broken. But this whole process is not easy going through it with outside stressors. It's not easy accepting that you thought you was I never seen myself as a people pleaser. Ever. I never seen myself as a people pleaser. Nobody better be knocking at my door. 10 o'clock in the morning. Who could that be? Maybe it's my next door neighbors. Hold on, y'all. Okay. That's just my next door neighbors knocking through the wall. I never seen myself as a people pleaser. And I told her, I'm like, I don't give up with nobody thinking. I don't be people pleasing. Bitch can't get a spoon for me for a bowl of cereal. Like, she was like, but you're a people pleaser. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't understand why you're saying I'm a people pleaser. And she just read me my Miranda rights, and I had to put my hands up. Because she was right. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm a people pleaser. And I didn't think that was people pleasing, but it was like not for their approval, not for their opinion, but as a trauma response, because as a kid, I'm going to get my ass beat if I don't do X, Y, Z when my mama tell me to do it. I'm going to get, unfortunately, socked in my motherfucking chest if I don't do what the fuck my mama told me. So now when I go to work and I don't like something that's being said to me, instead of communicating like I don't feel like, this is fair or advocating for myself, I just go and do it. I just go and do it, even if it's to my detriment, even if it's affecting me in a stressful way. I still do it. She's like, that's a people pleasing attribute. Instead of advocating for yourself, instead of saying, hey, can I get extended time on this? Hey, can I have a conversation with you guys because I don't feel like this is justifiable for me to have to do this in a short period of time. You go out and you just go do it. So now you look like the work mule that can get things done in a timely manner, and you handle stress well when you don't handle stress well. And I'm like, I don't handle stress well. I actually really don't. Like, I don't at all. Like, you know me so well, young lady. My therapist knows me so well now. And I'm like, you are right. I don't handle stress well. It actually has a terrible effect on me. I shut down really bad when I'm stressed out. And she's like, yeah. Based off the things that you've been telling me, I know you don't handle stress well. Yet you put yourself in stressful environments because you never advocate for yourself. And that was like another, like, can you imagine somebody giving you 15 pills and say, go ahead and swallow all of these? This all the water I'm gonna give you. I need you to put all 15 in your hand right now. Right now. And I want you to go ahead and swallow all of these. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. When you have revelation after revelation after revelation after revelation after revelation, and you realize your whole life was a lie. Your whole psyche was a lie. Your whole mental processing was a lie. It was a lie all built by yourself to avoid healing from your trauma. A trauma response to avoid having to deal with the things that you've been through in life. You've been living in a facade, thinking that you're living in the streets of gold. And it's like because we meet every week almost. I think it's gonna be like once or twice. It's been two week breaks, but I probably, just because I'm on a trip or something. But can you imagine having to swallow the pill that everything you believed about yourself has been a lie? It's all been a protection mechanism. Don't come up in here cutting up. Don't come up in here cutting up. And that's a lot to process. And I'm in school, and I'm working, and I'm trying to get my health back right. And it's just like that. It's just too much right now. And work puts so much additional stress on me because I'm in a job that does not respect when you advocate for yourself. I'm in a job that doesn't respect when you set yourself apart and start to put in boundaries. When you effectively communicate your boundaries, they don't like it because now you're not gonna do it whatever we say. Now you want to put some time constraints on work that you was doing in 1 week, 2 weeks. Now you want to ask for a month to get something done that I know for a fact. Get up out of here, country. Now you want to have me give you grace when grace was never needed in the first place. Oh, now we're gonna start nitpicking at you. Now we finna make you feel weird. We finna isolate you. We finna have you feeling uncomfortable since you have us feeling uncomfortable. Girl, you know I haven't been there. Don't piss me off. You might be saying some stupid shit. Like, girl, don't piss me off. You know I ain't been there. Now let me put you on silent because now you be acting slow. And I have codependent. I'm now okay. I just had to ask. I don't know if you took any secret trips. No, bitch. I wouldn't take no damn secret trips. Don't. You got so many jokes, ho. He asked about Aruba, and I'm like, no, I've never been to Aruba. But it's just like, and so it's just for me. It's like, okay, I'm going through all this behind the scenes healing. I'm trying to work through um everything that I've been digesting. Because, I was out of school from December 10th to January 15th. Really December 8th, but to January 15th. So that whole month, I've been using that time to try to understand what's going on with me. And I've realized I've upheld relationships and friendships that mirror my relationship with my mother. Subconsciously, not even knowing I have codependent friendships that rely on me so heavily where I can never be at a resting state. And it's no shade to Nemo, because me and Nemo have had a in-depth conversation because at one point was a topic within my therapy. And when breaking down the relationships that I have maintained, romantic and platonic, that was a conversation that came up, and I had to understand. Well, she helped me realize the complaints that I have are complaints that I've had with my mother. And it seems as though I'm mirroring these relationships subconsciously, where I find people that never let me rest in my vulnerability because I'm always in a mothering state. I've been mothering my mother. I have been rescuing my mother. I have been the dependency of my mother. So I foster these relationships with men who have a broken sense of self from whatever trauma it may be. And they find me and become codependent emotionally, physically, never financially, because I don't play them crackhead ass games. But emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever the case may be, something that they're lacking, and they find it in me and become codependent in me, where I am rescuing them, I am fixing them, I am their scapegoat, I am their vulnerability, but it puts me in a never resting state because I can't be vulnerable. And I said, God damn it, you good. Bitch, you good. You good, you good, you good. Because what the fuck, you right. And I just be, sometimes she say stuff, I just stare at her. And I be like, wow, is that right? I remember I did have a conversation, what you doing? And I said, my God, you good. Because I never would have thought about that. But she's absolutely correct. My entire relationship with Scorpio, he was healing from the loss of his son. He was so codependent on me for normalcy, for companionship, emotional support. I was never at ease ever. I never felt I could be vulnerable with that man. I never felt like it was a balanced relationship. I always felt like I was constantly trying to uplift him. I was constantly trying to get him to see the brighter side of life. I was constantly trying to get him to open up and, see this as something that he could be himself with. Just being his saving grace. And I'm like, where is your bra? Where is your manners, bitch? Mind your business. I hate a bitch coming in my conversation worry about what I'm wearing. Is your therapist telling you this? Yeah. She's helping me come to these realizations. And she never says it in a way where it's like, do you know that this is what you're doing? She let me ramble and ramble and ramble. And she's like, have you thought about, and then she'll make the connection. You're like, remember we talked about your relationship with your mom and the different characteristics that you brought up? It sounds really similar to the relationship characteristics that you're discussing right now. And then I'm like, what? She like, yeah. Let's take a second. Let's think about it really quickly. And then she'll run back the stuff I told her about my mom. She like, remember you said your mom is this. And now I'm hearing you say this previous partner was da-da-da-da. It sounds like these are the same characteristics, just in a different person. So do you feel like maybe you are finding these codependent relationships that mirror your relationship with your mother? And I was like, I still remember that conversation because I was sitting in my kitchen and I said, no, I don't think that's what's happening here. And she was like, okay, well, let's talk about your relationship with your friend that you were telling me about. You said that he does XYZ. You said when you guys go on trips, this is the dynamic of how the trips go in the trip planning process. This is what you've experienced. And then you guys had a small little tiff in a riff. And when we discussed that, you told me this happened and this was discussed. And it sounds like the same dynamics of the relationship that you're explaining from the romantic partner. So they sound similar, although they don't have the same relationship with you. One is a friend and one is a romantic interest. Sounds like you're getting the same responses. And I'm like, well, and sometimes I be just like, so let's just sit in that for a second. Let's just think about it. And then when I get done thinking, I be like, she right. Yeah. I be having a pen and a notepad. I be writing shit down. And I be like, well, hey, you right on the head. You're right on the head. Like, actually, when I'm thinking about these different relationships, they actually all mirror each other, but in different facets. And I'm just like, she's like, one of the homework, she was like, I want you to just think about the different relationships that you have in your life and how what those dynamics look like. And do you have anyone in your life that you feel like you can be vulnerable with, where they're not as dependent on you as you feel like they are with you? Like, who do you have where you can be free and you can put your hair down and be open and be yourself and not have to wear this mask with? And that week, and I thought about it. I really did. When she gives me homework, I ask she really do the homework. And she's Haitian. Um and I said, I actually don't have any relationships where I am the vulnerable party. I don't have any relationships in my life where I am the vulnerable party. No friendships. I have 0 friends where I am the vulnerable party. I am always the reliable one. I know Shay's gonna help me. They come to me with their problems. They trust me with their secrets. I am never in a position where I feel as though I can let my hair down and trust this person and give them the controls and be open. And when I came back, I was really sad about it. And we had, of course, I had a conversation about it, but it really broke me up on the inside because I realized I don't have anyone. I have people, but when you don't have anyone to be vulnerable with and feel trusted in your vulnerability, you don't have anybody. Because if you can't be vulnerable, you're always on guard. Your body's never at rest. And that is what I started to realize. I'm not running on the full capacity. I have been on, she said, you've been in fight mode for almost all your life. You've been in survival fight mode. You've never been at ease. Your body is constantly on guard. Your mind is on guard because you feel as though everybody needs you. You feel as though you have to people please by doing things that maybe you don't want to do, but because of the repercussions or because of the expected consequences, you do things even when you're uncomfortable. You are pleasing other people. You stay in relationships with men that you don't even want to stay in because you're pleasing them. You know you don't want to be there and it's not self-satisfying, but because you are pleasing them, you stay. You come back, you stay. And that shows more about how you feel about yourself than anything. So you're a people pleaser who has rigid boundaries, who has codependent relationships that mirror your relationship with your mother. You have to start to break these things down. The buck has to stop somewhere and you got to take the mask off because, and she told me this and I remember I was just crying that day. She was talking and I was crying. I was actually sitting right here that day. She was telling me all this and cause I don't lie to my therapist. That's one thing I don't do. I don't feel like you can truly get the help you need when you lie. So I tell her, whether it's good, bad, or in between, no matter how it makes me look, because I want the actual help. So, she's licensed in Florida, babe. But she's like, and tell me straight up, she was like, you gotta take that mask off. And she was like, you gotta learn how to be vulnerable with somebody because you're gonna be in fight and flight mode for the rest of your life, and the stress is gonna kill you because you feel like you can't be at ease anywhere. You can't be at ease in the grocery store. You can't be at ease at work. You can't be at ease with your friends. You can't be at ease with your family. And that is a heavy mask to wear 24/7. You've been wearing this mask and I see through the mask. I know that you're not strong. You're presenting like you're strong, but you're weak. I can see it. You're weak. You want to take the mask off, but you don't have anybody to take the mask off because you've created these boundaries that are rigid. You don't have a good relationship with your family. You don't have vulnerable relationships with your friends or romantic partners. You have a lot of trauma that you're holding on to, and your defense mechanism is that mask. That mask is what's keeping you safe, but you got to put that mask down and you got to live in your truth. You got to be who you really are so people can accept you and respect you as who you are, vulnerable. That's when you can heal. That's when you can start making progress. And I was on that phone crying, y'all. I was crying. I was crying. So, because she read me the filth. She read me the filth, baby. I said, oh my God. I was crying, y'all. I was crying so bad. I was crying so bad because she read me down boots. And you got to know, I was in the midst of dealing with old boy that I told y'all I just cut off. My sessions are 45 minutes to an hour. But, I was in the midst of dealing with old boy who told me he didn't want no relationship. And we had already been dealing with each other, whatever. And girl, that had triggered me so bad. And I was already going through my phase of trying to take my mask off. So I was already in a vulnerable state. And girl, when I came back that session after I told her, about him, I was boohoo crying again because I'm like, you told me to be vulnerable. And I just feel dumb. I want to put my mask back on. She was like, don't. Like, I don't want you to regress because this is where progress is made. When you start to stand on your boundaries and you made your boundaries clear and you see that he's not going to please you and he doesn't meet your boundaries. If you go back to him, you are now people pleasing again. You are disregarding your boundaries and you're back to your people pleasing. And I said, I want to cry because she's right though. She's right. You said your boundary. He doesn't meet your boundary. If you go back, you're respecting him and his desires, which then does make me a people pleaser because I'm doing what makes him happy, knowing that I'm suffering because it goes back again to my abandonment issues from my father. And then I'm never going to be at ease, aka I'm going to put the mask back on because he's now shown me he's willing to be inconsistent because that's the dynamic he wants to foster between us. So now my anxious attachment style, which is going to trigger my anxiety, is going to come back. And she was like, if you want to deal with that, just understand this is what's going to come with it. The things that you're trying to break down. You're already struggling with anxiety. You already know you can't be with a person who's not going to be clear cut and there for you. And he might be a good dater. She said he might be a great dater. Some men are great at dating. And he may have wooed you with the dating because he's a good dater. He's just not good for commitment. And you have to accept him right where he's at and what he stated. But if you go back to this man knowing that that's not the dynamics you want to foster, you're going to be a people pleaser again. And your boundaries are going to be disregarded. So nothing you say moving forward will be respected because you made a boundary, you set it, and then you disregarded it. I said, this woman is good. She's good, y'all. Oh, I wish I was meeting with her in person because I probably would have hugged her already because she has opened my eyes to so much. She's opened my eyes to so much. And it's just like, when I said I thought I was healing, I really thought I was healing. But some of these things I didn't realize about myself, and it makes it hard for me to be a normal human being right now. Because it's so much breaking down of the mind that I'm doing, and it takes a toll on you. It do. Did you tip her? I wish I could, y'all. I love her down. And I just and for the most part, January 2025, I've cried more than I've smiled. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And it's not even tears of pain. It's just tears of when you know you're building up a new person, when you're rebuilding yourself, because I'm brokenhearted and my spirit is also broken, but that's me standing in my honesty. When you tear down something you thought you worked so hard to build up, it's like you see the rubble. And looking at the rubble is so hard. Look, because you felt like you had a masterpiece. I felt like I had built up a person that I really needed in life. And it's like, but look at my work is on the ground. Like my work is literally on the ground, and I'm like, I want to pick her back up. what am I doing here? Like, I don't know what's next for me. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's a fear of not knowing, but I'm not gonna stop coming. I'm not gonna stop trying because I do want to be in a position where I'm internally happy. Not other people around me, but I am doing things that make me happy. I want to uphold my self-respect. I want to uphold my dignity. I want to uphold my happiness. And I thought I was making myself happy all these years. And I thought I had friendships that were making me happy. And the whole time I was just making other people happy. I was doing things that made other people happy. I was never happy. I sacrificed my happiness for years for other people. And through this process, I realized I'm in a job that triggers me. I'm in a job that triggers me because the things that I truly want, um, it's hard for me to access them because of my job. And then the people I work with trigger me so much because of their trauma, and then having to deal and work with these people who share similar traumas as myself, and trying to right now where I'm fragile. I'm very fragile emotionally. It's hard to, when I had the mask, that nothing they said or did ever fucking bothered me. But because I had to take the mask off and I'm standing in my vulnerability, their trauma, their shit, it affects me now. It has a bearing on me now because I'm not trying to stand in my fight or flight mode. I'm trying to be an honest person who's at peace, and being able to be empathetic now and have compassion towards these people I'm working with. I see myself in some of them. So it's like I have to, in this current state in my life, with all the stress my job is putting me on, how much I'm triggered at work and everything else, my therapist was like, I think you need to take a leave of absence. And I really wasn't gonna say, yeah, like I didn't feel like I needed a leave of absence. I was just gonna again muster through it. And but I was like just on the call, and I just was crying, talking about work and how much is it affecting me, and how much is the, like, really truly, like, honest to God, stressing me the hell out. And I just was crying and crying, and she was like, you want to take a leave of absence? And I was like, I don't think I need a leave of absence. She's like, I think you need a leave of absence. Like, this job is creating a lot of stress on you. Like, every time we've met, you have discussed something from your job and how it has been affecting you mentally. Like, the last Monday I came home from work, I came home, took a shower, got in bed, and I cried myself to sleep. Turned all the lights off. You don't got to stop doing anything. But and then, like I told y'all, I've been sleeping. My house been in disarray since I came home. Like, I had never feel like I have a moment to breathe because of my job. Like, I come home, I work for the state. I come home. Sometimes it's late at night. Sometimes it's, girl, don't even, I never know when I'm getting off work. I don't have a set hour. And it's like this whole time from school, I've been on break, that it was cool. Now I'm back in school. It's like I'm back in school and I'm still working these crazy ass hours. And I'm in my second semester, and it's so much being piled on me. So it's like me trying to work through my mental health, trying to work through school, and trying to work through this chaotic job. I was getting to a point where she was like, you're not functioning. Like, I see it in your face. I see it on your body. Like, I just be crying sometimes. Like, sometimes I get in the session, I just be crying. I don't even get 13 words out. I'm already crying. She's like, it's getting worse. Like, it's getting worse. Your stressor is your job. Like, it is getting worse. She was like, your romantic relationship with that guy triggered every other emotion that you were already bottling up, and now your job is a constant stressor for you, and you're not able to manage actually working your job, which is true. Like, I have not been able to think whatsoever, and my supervisor's like, I've noticed a change in your work. I've noticed it myself. And I was like, yeah, I've been telling you, like, I have a lot of stress I'm dealing with personally, and it's slowing me down. But I've been still coming to work. I've been still trying to make it work. And she's like, well, you know, I advocate for you taking your leave. I'm not even. Hey, Lola, stay on topic. You all somewhere else. You trying to distract me. But I'm just like, you know what, you right. Let's take the leave. I really did not want to take this leave of absence, y'all. I'm not even joking. Um, yeah, Lola, stay on topic. I'm in a serious emotional conversation with y'all. Shout out to my girl Drika. Lola come in here talking about relationships, and I'm over here grieving one. And so, not too much on you, not too much on you. But yeah, no. You good. You just wrong conversation for the wrong day. But she was like, yeah, I really do think it's best for you to go ahead and take a leave of absence. So she was like, I recommend you don't even go back on Monday, the Monday that just passed. I said, I can't do that. She said, here go my people pleasing again, because you know what? I should took a motherfucking advice and left and not came on Monday and started my leave of absence on Monday. It had them bitches in there scrambling, trying to figure some shit out. Yeah. But I told her, I said, I don't know the proper, I've never requested any type of leave, so I need to figure out how to do it so I don't end up losing my job. So I said, I need to at least come Monday so I can figure out what paperwork I need to turn in and what paperwork you need to fill out so I don't get fired and they still pay me while I'm out. So she was like, okay, you know what? Go ahead, go to work on Monday, get the paperwork, send it to me, have them reach out to my people reach out to their people, I do that, And so I was like, okay. I went there and the HR door was open. I said, hi, how can I do a little medical leave? And yeah, by Thursday she had turned in the stuff for me. So then they had made the announcement on Friday. Here go all my work friends. What's going on? Oh, cause I got a little curtain up in my cubicle so people can just be seeing everything I'm doing. So you have to pull my curtain back because I'm dramatic like that. What's going on? What's going on? They just sent out the email that you're gonna be out? You're gonna be out? What's going on? Now, mind you, I told you I don't tell people my business like that. Now, there's one coworker I am really, really cool with who sits right across from me. And I just felt like I could trust her. So I came to her and I told her Thursday because I knew on Friday they was making an announcement. And I just felt like I couldn't do my good Judy like that. I had to pull her to the side and tell her, like, I don't want to shock her. So everybody else that I'm cool with, like, they was like, you don't need, and this is why I didn't tell they ass. Black people, and I'm not shaming us and I'm not talking down on us. I'm just stating the real. A big problem with us is we put our mental health, y'all, we take it so lightly. We make so many jokes. Mental health is just as serious as every other medical disease. If you don't have your mind, you don't have nothing else. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And it's like, I'm telling them, like, I need to do this for me, for my mental health. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with your mental health. You fine. You just letting this job stress you out. You're right. I am letting this job stress me out. AKA my mental health is not okay because I'm stressed out. Stress is a silent killer. My cortisol levels are high as fuck every day. But if I tell you that, you gonna think I'm just saying any old thing, because guess what? You don't prioritize your mental health. You're not going to therapy because your solution is, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna feed into it. I'm not gonna give it no attention. Oh, I'll just go home and have a drink. I'll smoke. I'll do whatever vice that you have, whatever your vice may be. That people just, this is how people treat mental health. I pretend like it don't exist. It don't mean me no ever mind. That's not handling your mental health. I get you thinking you not acknowledging it, is not giving it fuel, but I did the same thing, baby. I'm telling you, you can't pretend like it's not a real thing. Stress eats at your mind. It'll eat at your body. When you pretending like you're not going through something, when you're not real with yourself and say, you know what, I may not want to go through anxiety. I may not want to go through depression. I may not want to have mood disorder. I may not want medication management, but God damn it, I need it. God damn it, it's real. God damn it, I'm dealing with it. And I'm going to deal with it and get through it. And that thing then won't actually matter to me. Because I got what? I got coping skills now. Guess what? I got professionals helping me. Guess what? I know what my triggers are. I know how to stand on my boundaries. I know how to stop my people pleasing. I know when I'm putting my mask on. I recognize when I'm being phony and fake as a protection mechanism. Because guess what? I didn't pretend like I wasn't going through anxiety. I didn't pretend like I didn't have an anxious attachment style. I didn't pretend like I didn't have mood disorder. I didn't pretend like this depression wasn't a thing for me. And days and days and days and days I sat in my room crying wasn't something real. Because when you acknowledge it, it's not giving it power. It's giving yourself the power. When you say, you know what? God damn it, I'm struggling. And you get the help, you won't have to keep learning the lesson. And that's what I can't stand about us. We think just shoot it on the rug. That shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't real. And that's what they was telling me. My good Judy's at the job. My good black Judy's at the job telling me this. And I'm sitting there appalled that you would be so nonchalant about my mental health. That you would be so nonchalant about my mental health. That you would be so nonchalant about my mental health. Oh my goodness. And you wonder why I didn't tell you I was taking a leave of absence. Because all you were going to do is try to talk me out of it. Because stress is not a real thing. Stress is brought on by myself, not by outside factors. Okay. Because triggers aren't a real thing. I'm looking at them telling me on Friday, girl, you just letting this job stress you out. You don't need no leave. You don't need no leave. You just taking a leave so you go look for another job. You taking a leave because you mad at your supervisor. Baby, I didn't even ask for the leave. My medical professional said I needed to leave. She said, I see you disintegrating right in front of my eyes. I see you every week, and I'm looking at you disintegrate right in front of my eyes. I see the stress physically affecting you. Through the camera, mind you. My medical professional who sees me every single week said, I'm telling you, I think you really need to leave. I said, you're not even operating at 40% capacity. And she was dead ass right. I was going to sleep every night dreaming about work. I could not get a full night's rest. I would wake up in the middle of the night, not even knowing when I actually went to sleep. I would come home, like I told you, turn all the lights off, cry myself to sleep. Days where I didn't want to go to the gym because it was tears welling up in my eyes, just thinking about me having to go to work the next day. I am dealing with depression. I am dealing with my anxiety. I am dealing with mood disorder. I'm not ashamed to say it now because I'm dealing with it. But I can't deal with that and deal with the stress because the stress is going to affect my health. And I'm already in a health battle. I just went and seen my specialist yesterday to get my last shot. And I go back again February. I'm in a health crisis. I am dealing with ovarian cancer. Oh my cool cat. I'm dealing with that. The war is not over with. I can't have additional stressors. I got cancer cells in my cervix as we speak. I got to prioritize my mental health because if I let this thing take me to the moon, it's going to eat not only at my mind, but then at my body. And my white blood cell count far already ain't even high. Let's talk about that. So my defense inside my body already ain't at full capacity. When your cortisol levels are high, your defense, your bodily defenses, your white blood cell, they are weakened. Your defense to outside sickness Like I told you, I've been sick since the first. Still got a nasty cough. Still on medication. Still got inflammation. Still spitting up 24/7. I'm in a physical battle medically. And I'm in a mental battle. I need a podcast? Oh, I do, huh? Do I? I talk too much. But, and I'm too animated. I'm too animated. But it's like for y'all to sit here as my friends to tell me I'm blowing this shit out of proportion and I'm doing it in a malicious way to my supervisor because me and her been going back and forth about bullshit to minimize my mental health to something so petty. It's like you don't even see me again. I don't have vulnerable relationships, and people get in their feelings and they get they panties twisted when I say that. But then when I tell you I'm taking a mental health leave, you tell me my mental health ain't real. I don't have vulnerable relationships. No one respects me. No one respects my problems. No one respects the shit I'm going through. They think I'm a fucking workhorse. And I'm in this bitch suffering day in, day out. I'm in this bitch praying. I'm in this bitch crying. I'm in this bitch reading the Bible. I got the fucking scriptures open next to my bed, popping them shits open and reading. I'm leaning so far on the Lord, I think he tired of me. But I cannot do this shit by myself. I can't. Prayer is only prayer. The work need to happen. And I can't do it being stuck at that job 8, 9, 10, 13 hours a day. Coming home and I can't even fuel myself. I can't even recharge myself because I'm so drained. Because I came in drained. I came in drained. And you want me to stick and stay in this bitch till I'm dead? All they gonna fucking do is clean my damn cubicle out and put another bitch in there. Let me do what's best for me so I can come back at at least 98% capacity. And if I come back, that's my motherfucking business. And if I don't come back again, that's my motherfucking business. Don't a bitch in this building pay my bills. And ain't a bitch see my ass on my coochie. So what the fuck it matter to you what I got going on? Why you worry about you worry about what I got going on and I don't give a fuck what you doing. If you came and told me you was taking a medical leave, I say right on for you. You do what's best for you. You prioritize yourself. This job don't give a fuck if you living or dead. Do what's best for you. The state of Florida still gonna have to operate. That seat will be filled. So it's like, yeah, at first I felt bad. Like, damn, I shouldn't be taking no leave. Like, we in a peak season. Like, there's so much going on during the holiday season. I just felt like, damn, this is not appropriate time for me to take no leave of absence. And I said, you know what? As I was thinking about it, I said, not only am I not going to take 30 days, I'm going to take 60 days. I'm going to use all of my sick time and a little bit of my PTO. And within these 60 days, I'm going to prioritize myself. I'm going to prioritize myself. I'm going to get my house in order. I'm going to get my mind in order. I'm starting my medication management. I have an appointment on Monday. I have a follow-up appointment on that Wednesday. I have an ENT specialist appointment to look at my tonsils. I go back to my OBGYN specialist. I have a primary care appointment. I'm booked and busy. Honey, I'm up in them doctor's offices. I'm up in these doctor's offices. Bitch, I'm trying to live. I'm only 27. In 45 days. I'm only 27. Like, I got to get my house in order. I got to get my shit in order. Because I'm out of order. I'm out of order. I got books I got to read. I got assignments that's due. I can't get my money back from FAFSA. And they not playing with me. They already put me on deferment. So I'm not even paying them back. Because it ain't going to count. So it's just like, I got bigger fish to fry. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not staying at that job for the rest of my life. I don't give up what nobody say. If I got to go back stripping, I won't be staying at that job for the rest of my life. That job is a high stress job. I will not be staying at that job for the rest of my life. I've been there 3+ years. I put my heels down to work this career job. And I've been working it. But I'm going to tell you one thing about it, two things for sure. I want my education more than I want that job. And I told them, and I made it clear and plain, that if I get accepted back into school, if y'all ever make me choose between this job and school, I'm choosing school. Y'all don't even fucking pay me enough. But because I don't have kids, and because I don't have no pets, and I don't have excruciating debt, I can live a lavish life. I can live a lavish life on that salary. I don't have crazy debt. I don't have shit that most people would be like, I don't even understand how you have any extra leftover money. I don't have shit that takes from the extra money. If I want to put 15 things on Klarna and pay them every single 2 weeks, I could do that. Because I don't got kids. And I don't got no pets. It's just me and this motherfucker. Whatever debt I have is because it's the debt I have accumulated on my own. Amen? So that little peon ass salary that I done settled for and I've been working with for all these however long with no raise, because y'all said I got a promotion, so that was my raise. I've been dealing with it. But I'm going to tell you one thing about it. Just like I told that warehouse I was working at when I quit. Because they told me if I leave and take get my dental surgery for my braces, if I took the day off, or if I came in late for my dental appointment, that I would be fired. And I told them one thing about it and two things for sure. This is something I want. So if you're going to make me choose between me getting my teeth straightened and being at this pissy ass job, making $12 an hour, working from 6:30 to fucking 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m., bitch, I quit this motherfucking job. And I told them that, and they thought it was a fucking joke. I said, I don't give threats, I give promises. Y'all don't know me for real. I give promises around this bitch. And they played me like I was pussy, and I bet you one thing, I didn't show back up to that job, and I was very much unemployed for 4 months, and I was shaking my ass for cash, and I made it motherfucking work. I ain't a billing. This bitch ain't never get paid late. I'm a hustler, baby. That shit not on me, it's in me. If I gotta make some shit shake physically, I will do that. Bitch, I ain't never been scared. I've never been scared, honey. I hung my shoes up. A bitch ain't forced me to hang my shoes up. A bitch ain't never pushed me out the club. A motherfucker ain't never got me fired. A bitch ain't never stood in the paint and fucked me up and had bitches telling me I couldn't come back. A bitch ain't never twisted me out my motherfucking money when I was dancing. I left the shit. And I left it to be a career woman. But if you think for 1 second you're going to ever make me choose my education over this job, I can tell you, like I told that last job, I won't show back up. I won't show back up. So if you let my mental health think it's a joke. Think it's a game. Think it's a game. When that 59th day come, you will receive a resignation letter. Take my mental health for a joke. Trust. If you think what I'm going through is light work and you play me for a fool, trust. On that 59th day, a resignation letter will be provided. If you think it's a game. I don't play by me. Somebody else might play by them, but I don't play by me. I played about me long motherfucking enough. I played about me long motherfucking enough. The playtime is over, bitch. Playtime is over, bitch. Playtime is over, bitch. I'm 27. I ain't getting no motherfucking younger. Playtime is over. And by frankly, I'm tired of being disrespected at that job. By frankly, I'm tired of being undervalued at that job. By frankly, I'm tired of being overworked at that job. By frankly, I'm tired of being devalued at that job. By frankly, I'm tired of being cussed out by people. By frankly, I'm tired of being put in the principal's office because a bitch can't handle me. And a bitch moving me. I'm tired of weak ass people being scared of me, running to the motherfucking principal's office, having me called in for meetings. Talking about, let's talk about professionalism. No, let's talk about this leave of absence, Bookie. Let's talk about this leave of absence, Bookie. When I said I was rebuilding, if that includes me having to throw that job down there with the old me, because it no longer serves me, and it's not of the will anymore, I let it go. I'm in a position in my life that I have given it to God. Whatever he says goes. And if he feels like this is not the path I need to stay on no more, and we got to find a new path, and we got to start from scratch with the career, and dig it up from the motherfucking ground, and let's find something new, by God, let's do it. Because my prayers to him are always, let me do the will of God. Allow me to move in your will, and correct me when I'm out of your will. That's always my prayer. I pray that constantly, because you can get the moving. You think you doing the will of God the whole time you doing the will of yourself. So let me remind you, for my believers, don't never let no job, don't never be scary. I'm telling you, don't never be scary. Is it scary to think, damn, I've been somewhere for 3 years, like, am I really gonna up and quit? Of course, bitch, I'm shaking in my boots. But at the same time, it's me or you, and I'm in a position I will no longer choose nobody else. I'm sorry, but I'm never gonna choose nobody else no more. It's always gonna be me, and we'll be in this bitch again, figuring it out. Cause I got school to do, and I feel like once I graduate from my program, God is gonna propel me in places I never even knew I was gonna ever be in. And that's just how I feel in my heart. God is going to propel me in places I never even thought I was going to be in. Rooms I never even thought existed. Rooms I never even knew I could be in. I just feel like with me taking this and having so much passion for this, and having so much of a desire to learn, so much of a desire to improve myself and self-improvement, and divulging myself into this, I feel like this is maybe my actual will. This is my actual purpose. And I've been straying so far away from it because I've been too comfortable in my current position. And God is saying, it's time for you to get uncomfortable. It's time for me to shake some tables. It's time for me to show you need to get uncomfortable, baby. I need to move some things around, because you sitting sedentary too long for me. I got things to do, and we can't do it if you sitting around. You done got your badge, and you done got your salary, and you done got your cubicle. You got it all decorated up, and you got your blankets, your heaters up in here. You ain't trying to move, but baby, this ain't your house. I need you to wake yourself up and get up. I need to move some things around. I need to put some people in your life, like this therapist, like these people that's breaking your heart, to get you to get up. I need to move some things around here. I need to shake some things around here, because you ain't moving fast enough for me. So guess what? You asked to move in my will. Let me show you my will. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable here. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable here. I'm gonna make this hurt. I'm gonna make this so uncomfortable you don't even want to sit in it no more. I'm gonna make it so hard for you to feel like this is home that you ain't gonna never want to stay there no more. I'm gonna make this, every time you think about it, you crying. Every time you think you're gonna stay, you uncomfortable. Every time you think you're making progress, I'm gonna show you ain't moved nowhere. Because you're gonna get up and you're gonna move. You asked to move in my will. Let's do it. Buckle up. Right on the magic school bus. 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 Whoop. That was a speed bump. And I just feel like that's currently where I am at in life. And I'm smiling today, because it's like, you actually did pray for these things, and they're coming to fruition, and it's hard. But it was hard the last time when you moved into this position. It's never been easy. Growth is never easy. And that's what's been holding me. That's what's been keeping me, because growth is never easy. When you decided you want to do something that's out of the norm for yourself or your family or your generation that you've came from, it's never easy. It's never comfortable. Growth is never comfortable. Growth is never comfortable, and it's never a clear path to growth. Growth can take you through woods, can take you through the mountains, can take you through tumbleweeds. Growth can take you so many places, but it's never the journey of it all. You're waiting and anticipating on the destination, so you go through the journey, through the tumbleweeds, go through the mountain, you go through the valley, you go through the river, you go through all these different avenues. You're still on the path. And it hurts here and it's difficult there. And you don't understand where you're at in this position. And you don't think you're doing the right thing. But eventually when you get to the destination, you see, I've been through all this for this beautiful outcome. Because I went through a lot to even get the job that I currently have. And it was hell and high water. And I just didn't know where the sky was at and the dirt was at. And I was all mixed around. And I just couldn't believe when I got to where I was at that, Lord, I didn't even know where I was going to be, And you said, wow. But everything I do is a stepping stone. This is never my final step until my number is called. Everything in my life is treated like a stepping stone. The warehouse job was a stepping stone. When I was doing Instacart, it was a stepping stone. When I was dancing, it was a stepping stone. OnlyFans was a stepping stone. This job is the next stepping stone. And so I just feel like in this period of my life, I have to put me first so that in 365 days from now, I can still be here. And 365 days now, I can be here and be better. And 365 days from now, I can be happier. I can have better boundaries for myself. I can uphold my self-respect. I can uphold my joy so that no one can come in and dictate how I receive happiness, how I am presented to the world. I do that for myself because that is the journey I need to go through. So that's why I'm taking 2 months off of work, y'all. But I might need a podcast. I might though. I talk a lot though. I do. I don't know. Y'all, I talk a lot. So I don't know if I need a podcast. Girl, that chair. I'm telling you, it's squeak, squackity, squeaky. That's how I be on the bus, though. That's how I be on them buses. Y'all don't remember those seats be squeaking and squacking away? I'm telling you. This seat be getting on my nerves sometimes, though, when I be sitting. I be like, all right now. Shut up. Shut up in here. Yeah, Alicia, I'm at a burnout stage. Feel the fear, but do it anyways. Yep. The school buses. Y'all remember the school buses? Y'all ain't ride the school buses growing up? Because I'm cleaning my kitchen and listening to you. Friend, I'm telling you. Take out. I don't know. They got their podcast equipment on lock over there. I don't know. I have everything I do. I just pray about it and let God guide my footsteps. But I do still feel like I want to do a YouTube video, which of course my channel is pivoting as I pivot. And I'll always say until I'm blue in the face, this is a vessel channel. I want to be a vessel to other people. And I do feel like in our community, we take our mental health so lightly and we disregard it so much to the point where people make jokes out of it. People just say ignorant comments about it. And it's like, I feel like that at 27, because I will be 27 in 45 days, it's time to wake it up. It's time to stop joking about it because people are dying. People are offing themselves because of mental health. It's never a joke to me. Like I've hid my mental health so much to the point where I now have to cry out for help Because I tried to be the person that if I don't feed into it, if I don't acknowledge it, if I don't say it exists, if I don't say it's true, if I don't say the devil got my mind, if I just say the Lord got me and I've casted my fears onto him, I casted my anxiety, I prayed and I pray. If I just keep saying that, then it'll go away and it won't exist and I'll work through it and it'll be beyond me. But that ain't helped me. The devil do got my mind. If we're in a spiritual warfare, he do got my mind. And it's not because I gave it to him. And it's not because I didn't fight for it. It's because I'm in a spiritual warfare right now. And I'm going through some changes that's taking over my mind right now. I've learned a lot of information. It's hard for me to process right now. My whole life has been a lie. And I can't believe it right now. And as black people, we have to be honest, because when we stop being honest and we stop being empathetic towards one another, we remove the lane of communication to be somebody's vulnerability. Hey, but it's just like, and that the more I get into it, the more it actually pisses me off when I hear people say ignorant bullshit, and it's like, man, people truly out here dying for real because they just can't take it no more. I want you to imagine waking up every day wondering, why did you wake up today? I want you to imagine coming home from work and being so mentally exhausted from work that you don't even want to eat, that you don't even want to do anything. You just want to go the fuck to sleep. Imagine Sunday coming and you crying vigorously because you know tomorrow's Monday. Imagine. I just want people to close your eyes while you do this, unless you're doing something that you can't close your eyes with. But I just want you to put yourself in people's shoes and think really deep and really hard, because you may have never gone through this. I want you to imagine sitting in your home and you have dishes piled up to the sky, but every time you go to walk over there to turn on the water or the dishwasher, you break out in tears. Because just the thought of having to get your home in order, it is physically too much for you. I want you to imagine. I just want you to imagine just picking up a bed sheet off your bed, feeling like picking up tons of bricks. Because you are so in disarray. I want you to imagine stepping off your bed and the first thought that hits you is, wow, I really got to do this again. I really got to pretend like I'm okay again. When I walk out of this door, I can't cry. I have to put my smile on. I have to tell everybody I'm doing okay. Everything's all right. And we're going to hold it together until we make it back home. I want you to put yourself in somebody's shoes who is going through that. Where every time they leave their house, they feel like, all right, and action. And they holding it for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, how many ever hours they are away from their home. And just let's just pray to God ain't no family in the home with them. Let's just pray to God they ain't got no kids living with them. Let's just pray to God they ain't got nobody depending on them in the house. Because guess what? That mask don't come off when they clock that door. I want you to put yourself in that person's shoes. And had you never wore those shoes before, I want you to lace them bitches up so tight you can't fucking breathe. And I want you to think, how does that person feel who has to wait till they get back home to take the mask off and be themselves again and be honest with themselves and be able to feel their emotions? Then and only then will people have empathy. Because it don't matter if it ain't them. It ain't real if it ain't them. It don't affect the community if it ain't them. That's all the fuck I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing more, nothing less. Until you lace them motherfucking shoes up and feel how other people feel, then and only then will you understand mental health is real. What she said, I remember I had it. Girl, bye. Nemo, no, she know how to piss me off. But yeah, it's something I'm becoming passionate about, because now I understand the severity of it all. Like, I've gone through, like I told y'all, severe mental health in college. Like, I've gone through that, and I thought I, healed from that. But it's high functioning depression. It really is. And sometimes it's not even a high functioning, because people think that they're doing a good job hiding it, and it be all over their face. And they think they're doing an amazing job at pretending like, oh, they're fine. And people who know see right through them. People who been through it see right through them. Because guess what? All that stuff I was going through, and I told you I wasn't telling nobody. I had a conference meeting with my teacher. The teacher I had cheated that class. Yeah, I had to do a final semester conference meeting, which all the students had to do. And we was on a conference call, and we was talking about my work ethic and all my work and all how good I've come along and my APA style. The generics. I'll save you the details. And then we got to the end, and she was like, I really hope I'll see you next semester. And I said, oh, I've already signed up for next semester. I said, I'm on this ride, and I'm not giving up. I don't care what happens to me. And she said, okay, well, I just want to tell you something. And I tell you, that lady, it's like she seen right through me. And she straight up told me, because my actual therapist had told me like 2 weeks prior, you've been wearing a mask. And you pretending like you strong, and I see right through you. You weak. She had told me that 2 weeks prior. My therapist had told me this. So here I am 2 weeks later, and I'm sitting on a virtual call with my teacher, who I've only ever seen through video for classes and meetings. Tells me, and I'm going to tell you something. If you inspire to be a counselor, you got to take that mask off. Yeah, let's get you out of here. You gotta take that mask off, because I see right through you. It's like you're hiding something, and you have this facade on you that it's very obvious. It's very, I can see you're not gonna be able to grow as a therapist and a future counselor until you take that mask off. Because, and she called me by my real name, but we'll say Shay. She's like, Shay, I see so much potential in you. I see so much growth, but you got to work through whatever personal traumas you're dealing with. You got to work through those things so that you can live in your truth. And I'm just saying, I've been working with you all semester, and it's just like you have these defense mechanisms, and you do these things that I can see as a counselor that are obviously maybe protecting yourself, or trying not to be like as open, and I'm not sure why, and maybe I'll find out as we get to work together more and more. But I just implore you, because she's white, I just implore you to explore trying to remove that mask so you can become a more authentic counselor, and you'll be able to not get triggered by your clients. But I hope to see you in March, and I hope everything works out, and I'm just praying for you. But I just wanted to leave you with those words. And I got on my counseling session that week, and I said, my teacher said I'm wearing a mask. And she was like, people can see through it. I said, she's like, you think you're doing a good job. She's like, you think you're doing a good job. But us, the people who's been through it, and the counselors who are trained professionals, they see right through you. And if you think you're doing a good job, and I spotted it from the first day I met you, your clients, when you become a counselor, going to see right through you. And that's when I said, God damn it, I got to take this mask off. Because I thought I was doing a good job. I thought I was high functioning. I wasn't high functioning. I was obvious. She said, you are so obvious, baby. It's written all over you. It's written all over you. So we going outside, and we thinking we tricking the world. We tricking the dummies. We ain't tricking the ones that know what the fuck going on. They know. They reading us. Y'all. So I just like, Lord Jesus, I can't believe this. That lady clocked my tea. That lady clocked my tea so bad, y'all. I couldn't believe it. That's when I said, yeah, I ain't fooling nobody. But other than that, Today is Saturday. I'm off until Tuesday. I go in, like I told y'all, to have my my meetings with my supervisors, so they can rearrange all my work. After that, I'm not going back. I'm taking my leave. Oopsie. I'm taking my leave. And hopefully I can get myself together. I gotta get myself together because I got some place to go. And it's so yellow in my kitchen. It's aggravating. This stove, it's so ugly. My light went out and I can't stand when the microwave do that. And then if I take it out, it's gonna be cold as ice. Pop, pop, popping. See? Dying. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I had water right there. Almost died. I'm so tired of all goodness grief. I'm tired of all this snap, crackling, and popping. And it better be piping hot. I'm not even playing with you. Let me wash my hands. But that's it. Listen, y'all. If you see me back, God, doggy, I'm dead. Oh, Lord, don't take my life. Y'all. I went running this morning, so my leftover water from my run bag is right here. And if y'all wondering what this is, I had painted teddy bears like 6 months ago with my homegirl. Because my name is Just Shay. And it's only going to be Just Shay on this bitch. We ain't doing no collabs. Ain't no other bitch gonna be on this channel. It's just Shay. Hey, it's literally just Shay in this bitch. So, I'm positive. I'm more than positive. I'm absolutely sure. But I was painting teddy bears with my homegirl about 6 months ago. The lady told us we had to wait like 2-3 days to pick up the teddy bears. I ended up waiting like a week because I was busy. So I went to pick the damn teddy bears up. Y'all, I'm struggling over here. I'm sorry. I'm holding the teddy bear like this because they like stiff. So she told me they were dry. Dry. She told me they were dry. It been like a week. I'm holding them like this because she talking to me like, oh yeah, some bullshit. Don't even fucking remember. So skedaddle, I got my teddy bear like this. I'm on FaceTime with my homegirl. I got her teddy bear like this on me because it was a little teddy bear. So I'm just holding it to my chest. Not thinking nothing of it because she told me they were dry. Not thinking nothing. I'm showing her on the FaceTime like, yeah, this your teddy bear. Yeah. Like, they ready, I come drop them off whenever you ready, that'll lie. Girl, gets in the car, sit the teddy bear down, drive all the way back home, which was 30 miles away because I was in Tampa. Drive back home, none the wiser. I didn't feel it or anything, but I also had a bra on too. So I'm none the wiser. I get home, Now, mind you, my titties always be hard, so don't get to be like, dang, her titties on brick. But my nipples always get hard. Mind you, when I first seen it was when I walked in the door and went to the bathroom. So now I'm like, what the fuck? What's all this? It was bigger than this. It was like the whole foot. One of the whole foot. So it was nothing but black on here. Like you could literally see the imprint of the foot. But I've washed this shirt so much to the point where this is all that's left of it. So, girl, now I just, and this was one of my favorite cute little wife beaters. Cause you know, I ain't even got no bra with this. Whether my titties sit up or not, it's still cute, whatever the case may be. So it's just like, don't worry about my kitchen sink. It's my kitchen sink. I thought it was a strange place. I was gonna mind my business. But yeah, so and it just won't, the rest of it won't come out. So now I'm just, and I'm not gonna stop wearing it because I got a little mark on it. But yeah, so when people be asking, I always like, and she never got the teddy bear, mind y'all. The teddy bear is still in my house. She never got the teddy bear, y'all. Let me show y'all this damn teddy bear. My sheets ain't even on my bed, so. Girl, this is the damn teddy bear. Now, mind you, they said it was dry. But look at his face. Come here. Girl, this is how big the ring was around my titty. This. You see all the missing black spots? It's all the stuff that came off on my bra because I was holding it like this. Said it was dry, but girl, why he missing paint? Girl. And this mine's right here. Come here, friend. Girl, aggravated. Aggravated. Talking about it's dry. A week later. She never got it. I kept it because I done damaged the whole shirt behind it. So it's mine now. She can't ask for it back. I don't care either. Oh, God. But I'm going to let y'all go because I really forgot I even had clothes in the washing machine. That's sad. I forgot I had clothes in the washing machine. And I put them in when I first started, which was over 30 minutes ago. Jesus. Forgot all about these clothes. Have a blessed day, y'all. Until next time, Joes and Gems.